Jesus is my hope. My name's Mitch and I've grown up on the Northern Beaches. I've grown up in a Christian family. I've always gone to church and youth group, Sunday school, all those sorts of things. And I've loved living here in Narrabeen on the Northern Beaches. All my friends and family have always been here, and life's really good being able to go to the beach and enjoy all the things that life has to offer here. On the 23rd of December 2010, I woke up and life was good. I went off to work that day not knowing what would be in store for me, and halfway through the day I got told that I had to rush down to the hospital immediately. And when I got there, I went into a waiting room with my mum and dad and my brother, and we waited there for a while, and after some waiting, the doctor came in and he told us that my 13-year-old sister Rach had passed away. My heart will never break as much as it did that day. And over the coming months, I started to question why God would allow something like this to happen, how He could let this happen to me and my family. And a few months later, we found out, we got the coroner's report back, which told us that there was no medical reason for why it happened, and it just didn't make any sense, and I couldn't make sense of how this could happen to me when there was no reason for it. And so I started turning to alcohol and partying and whatever else it was that the world offered me that I thought would numb my pain. I was lucky enough to have lots of Christian family and friends around me. One night I was asked to come back to church, and I went along and I heard something that I'd heard countless times before in my life, and that was that Jesus came and died for me. That God sent His Son into the world to die in my place. And I was sitting there thinking about that, about the fact that Jesus willingly came and died in my place, and it just clicked that He understood the pain and the agony that me and my family were going through, and that God willingly went through that. He went through that suffering for me. And that in what Jesus did on that cross, that I could have hope. That I could have hope of being in heaven with Jesus one day, and that Rach had that hope as well, and that she was in heaven with Him. And that was what turned my life around, knowing that Jesus is really my hope, that He is living hope, and that He came and died and rose again so that I could have hope, and so that anyone who puts their trust in Him could have that hope too. I'm not sure what sort of pains or trials or hardships you have going on in your life at the moment, or whether you know Jesus or not. But what I do know is that God sent His Son Jesus into this world to be an answer to that pain, to be an answer to the suffering that we see all around us. That He knows and understands what that suffering is like, and that He came to be hope, because Jesus is hope for everyone, and that changes everything.